So, if you've been scrolling the internet looking for support around sex, and instead you find advice that makes you feel worse, you're not alone. It's everywhere. Do this to be more confident. Do this if you want real connection. Here's how to be sex positive. Here's what turns partners off. Real intimacy looks like this. In all fairness, I think I've actually said that last one, but it's about the context in which it's used, and we'll get into that. Suddenly, all the rules start to sound like you're not doing it right. And it's no longer just society telling you what to be, it's the wellness world, even the empowerment world. And if that lands for you, this video is for you. Hey, my name's Elizabeth. I'm a certified intimacy and pleasure coach, and let's talk about it. So, we grew up with a lot of messages around sex that it was dangerous, that it was for someone else's pleasure, that our bodies weren't ours. And many of us found our way into spaces that offered liberation, sex positivity, freedom, authenticity. But eventually, even some of that starts to feel like more rules, depending on the context in which it's offered, of course. Now you're supposed to communicate perfectly, know your boundaries, and hold them at all times. Be confident and surrendered. Be embodied, wild, soft, sacred, and sexy all at once. It's exhausting and it's confusing because the external control is wearing a new outfit, but it still feels like control. And if all this advice just makes you freeze, question yourself, or feel behind, you're not the problem. The internet is full of shoulds, and most of them are disconnected from your actual body. They speak at you, not to you. They don't know your history. They don't know your nervous system. They don't know your lived experience. So you end up trying to match someone else's idea of empowered instead of meeting your own truth. And that's why you end up feeling further away from yourself, not closer. And your body doesn't think in should and shouldn't anyway. It thinks in safe, unsafe, available, not yet, open, closed, curious, tender, tired. And when you ignore these signals in favor of someone else's internet reel or checklist, you end up overriding your body. Again, just like what happened with the original messaging. This work should never be about fixing yourself to someone else's image as sexually empowered or sexually alive. Rather, it should be about relearning how to listen to you and your body slowly, with compassion, with nuance. That's how you move from performative empowerment to real embodiment. So, there's no right amount of sex to want. There's no correct way to experience pleasure. There's no universal blueprint for what evolved sex and intimacy looks like. So, if all the online advice has you spinning, please let it go. Your sexuality doesn't need to match anyone else's. Not a therapist, not a coach, not a partner, not a past version of you. Authentic sexuality is whatever is true for you right now, in this season, in this body. Maybe that's softness. Maybe that's intensity. Maybe it's slowness or stillness, or maybe it's none of that at all. And your sexual truth can evolve, and it likely will because you will continue to evolve. Your sexuality is fluid. It changes as your body heals, as your seasons shift, as you remember who you are. And the goal isn't to become the most desirable feminine energy sexual goddess. It's to become you, attuned to what's real for you, able to access your yes and honor it, able to feel into your desire and choose from there. That is what authentic sexuality is. And that's what I help my clients reclaim. If you can't tell, I hate prescriptive advice. It makes me so mad because it disconnects people from their truth, which happens to be a foundational aspect of really amazing sex. Being connected to what is true and authentic for you is an ingredient that cannot be left out of the process when creating your most alive, connected, and pleasurable sex life. It is a foundational ingredient for spine-tingling, life-altering, soul-shifting orgasm, pleasure, and connection. So if you're tired of all the shoulds, I understand. And if you're ready to come back to what's actually true for you, this is the work I do in my one-on-one coaching. Not performative empowerment, not checklists, but attunement, support, and nervous system safe reconnection to your real erotic self. You can apply for a clarity call using the link below or start with my free guide. You don't need more information based on someone else's experience. You need integration and a way home to you.